Hello friends and welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Loko, as you probably know by now, and today I figured it would be a perfect moment to go ahead and answer some questions. I remember at some point I mentioned that I wanted to make these videos more regularly, and then I think I did like one this entire year. So I did one of these story things where I asked on my Instagram whether or not anyone had any questions, and I wasn't really expecting a whole lot of responses, but there's like hundreds. So I haven't actually looked at any of these just yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and select some. I love how half the questions are about my cat. Loco, when did you first hear about Starcraft? Oof. So, unlike a lot of people that watch my videos, I actually did not play Starcraft 1 back when it first came out. I actually gave it a try after playing Starcraft 2 for many years. I learned about esports and the fact that that was a thing back, I think, in like 2009 or so. I remember watching this Dutch television show where Grubby was one of the guests, and Grubby at the time played Warcraft 3 professionally. And after watching that, I was fascinated with the whole concept of esports and you know, playing video games for money, and I thought the whole thing was amazing. So I decided to start playing a little bit of Warcraft 3 myself as well. And I think, I don't know if I'm recalling this correctly, but shortly after that, the beta of StarCraft 2 started, so maybe my timeline is off somewhere. But I remember I got invited into the beta after pre-ordering StarCraft 2. I'm not really the biggest fan of pre-ordering games anymore, but I did do that at the time, and I started playing. So StarCraft 1 wasn't really something that I gave a try until much later. Do you have any hobbies outside of what most of your followers would know you for? So if you follow me on Instagram, you can probably see some of the weirder stuff that I like. Like, for example, bonsai trees. I like going to the gym as well, although those are currently closed because we are once again in like isolation and quarantine over here. Not really anything that I don't share, I don't think. I really like wristwatches as well, which is a bit of a weird hobby, but I don't really hide anything. What countries would you like to visit? So there's actually quite a few. The one that's probably on top of the list that I would like to visit at some point is South Korea. I've never actually been, and since I really like StarCraft, that's probably a good start, but I would like to go maybe to Japan at some point. I would love to go to Iceland. Like, there's like a bunch of different places. Would I like to do voice acting one day? I would love to do voice acting. The only problem is that I've got this, like, strange accent. And I don't really know exactly if I would be suitable for any English roles. That being said, if there's any Dutch company that wants me to, like, voice anything, let me know. Or English company too, actually, for that matter. How dedicated are you to gym workouts? So I did my Q&A thing this time around on Instagram, and I always feel like I share the same stuff on my Instagram stories. So I share me going to the gym, I share me playing with my cat, and I share me having dumb thoughts. That's kind of just the general gist of my stories. I always feel like I'm sharing the same stuff over and over and over again, but I do like going to the gym, yeah. So currently, like I said, it's closed. Bunch of different benefits that I really like about it. First off, obviously, it's good mentally and physically, right? Which I think is good. But I also like to have goals outside of, you know, just sitting in this room and playing video games and doing other stuff. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, going to the gym, and especially what I like to do, which is mostly powerlifting recently, it's nice to, like, progress, you know? I like setting goals and then doing a better job. How does it feel to have the community that you have and be able to do what you do for a living? Dude, it feels awesome. So I've been doing this full time, actually. I was thinking about this pretty recently, for a little bit longer than 4 years now. And I'm loving it. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Thanks for watching my content and making it possible. It almost feels a little bit like I've successfully tricked people into allowing me to play video games for a living. So thanks. Have you been playing World of Warcraft Shadowlands at all? And what's your opinion on it so far? So, much to some people's dismay, I have been enjoying World of Warcraft Shadowlands a little bit too much, probably. I've been spending a lot of time in the Shadowlands. It's been fantastic. Definitely my favorite WoW expansion in probably since Wrath of the Lich King, which is when I spent most time in that game. I finished my coffee, man. Ugh. How old is the cat? So Milo is currently 7 months old. What were your earlier days of streaming like? So I don't have the first VODs of my live streams anymore, but if you go to my YouTube channel and you sort it to oldest videos first, it's very painful, okay? I personally can't watch it, and I can imagine my Twitch live streams were probably very similar, although I've been making YouTube videos for a whole lot longer than I've been making that I've been doing Twitch live streams for, but I can imagine they were rather bad and pretty painful and with much less viewers, but kind of stuck with it, I guess. Favorite part of living in the Netherlands? Where would you live if you couldn't live there? Oof. It's a pretty good question. So pretty much everyone I know in the Netherlands lives within like 20 minutes of where I live, which is, well, maybe a little bit longer, maybe like 45 minutes. But, you know, that's probably my favorite part. I also think the Netherlands in general is cool. Don't really, like, people love to complain in the Netherlands, but I think at least globally speaking, things are pretty neat around here. That being said, if I had to move somewhere else, I don't know, probably someplace I have to pay less taxes. That's that would be nice. Can you do a tour of your house? I like the decor. Okay, honestly, the tree was set up by Lauren. She's the one that even also set up like the storage thing in the back. And most of the things that look pretty in our home are all because of her. I didn't do much. Luckily though, we kind of share like a similar taste for things like that. So it's pretty good. What's your opinion on running? I don't really like to run. No, every once in a while I get into like a cardio habit and then I get tired and I don't really like it that much. One day though, I mean, I'm 28 right now. One day I'll probably have to start doing that regularly as well. Probably actually already, but I'm in denial. Thoughts about Cyberpunk 2077? I've been ranting about that game for a while. Here's the thing. Cyberpunk 2077 is one of those titles that has been in production for a very, very long time. And because the developers also made the Witcher games, the expectations were extremely high. However, it's very obvious that they released the game too early, right? And I feel like that's been a theme in the video game industry, especially over the last couple of years, where developers are pushing games out far too early. And I understand that it has to do with fiscal quarters and shareholders pushing and all that kind of stuff. But I do think that in general, it's a really bad situation to be in. Especially if you plan on continuously working on a game until it's done anyway, it makes so much more sense, especially if you're thinking about future sales and DLCs and all that as well, to finish a product first and then release it. I think the fact that they released, you know, such an unpolished game, even though they're going to keep working on it and even though it will get better, I think it's a really bad sign for the industry in general, especially because of how well it's sold. It's like the most sold title, I believe, of all time. So considering they made that much money in such a short amount of time, I guess it shows that us gamers are okay with half-polished games, which it sucks. What does your PC look like and what setup do you have? So if you go actually to LowkoTV/setup, there is a like updated version of all of the hardware that I use, as well as a picture of my setup. So you might want to have a look over there. I try to update whenever I try to update that page, that is, whenever I get any new hardware or whenever I replace anything. Lowko, who's your favorite anime waifu? Lowko, this might be disrespectful, but I've always wanted to know, how do you pronounce your last name? It's Heinen. Heinen. There you go. How much do you bench? My bench press sucks, dude. Don't ask me that. What happened to Milo yesterday? Milo got snap. He's doing well, though. Lowko, is mayonnaise an instrument? I guess if you try hard enough. Sure. Do you speak more Dutch or more English? Yeah, so we had this discussion on the stream not that long ago. Apparently, a whole lot of people thought that I was born in like England or something and then moved to the Netherlands when I was young. That's not the case. I am Dutch. Like, I've always lived in the Netherlands. I was born in the Netherlands. My family is Dutch. Everyone's Dutch. I feel like I don't actually speak that much when I'm not streaming or making YouTube videos. So, well, I mean, I still talk a lot, obviously, but like not as much. So I probably speak at least 5 times as much English these days than I do Dutch, which is kind of ironic when you think about it. There's actually a lot of questions regarding my English, which is pretty cool. So did I learn English in school or by myself? So in the Netherlands, you do get English in school at a very young age. And I know kids these days get English pretty much as fast or as early as they learn how to count, for example, in Dutch as well. So English definitely is a big part of Dutch culture, because the thing is, when you want to do business literally anywhere outside of the Netherlands, no one's going to speak Dutch, right? So it makes sense to learn a bunch of different languages. So in schools in the Netherlands, we have Dutch, English, and I also had German and French. And like there's like Latin and Spanish and Greek if you really want to get into it. But long story short, the way most people probably learn English is through like school. Another big thing, though, is the fact that Dutch television shows are pretty much never dubbed unless it's like a child show. So pretty much all of them are subbed, which I think is a pretty big deal as well. So you basically hear English all the time as a kid, and then you have the subtitles underneath, right? So you like subconsciously probably pick up on pronunciation and all that, which I know is different, for example, in like Germany, which is, you know, right next door. Other than that, I just played a lot of video games and I was on TeamSpeak a lot. And then at some point I started making content. So now we're here. Like if you go back to my earlier videos again, my English was not very good. I still make some pretty rookie mistakes from time to time, but I think we're getting there. Lowko, do you regret having to compromise on getting Milo? So, for like 2 years, we had the discussion, me and the girlfriend, on whether or not we should get a dog or a cat. And I've been joking about it for a long time, that I wanted to get a dog, she wanted to get a cat, so we compromised and we got a cat. Am I? No, I'm not regretting it at all, man. Like, I kind of wish we got a cat sooner. Like, cat's really cool. I like him. I would get Milo, by the way, but the problem is that, like I said, he just had a little operation yesterday, and he needs to chill. Like, he's already a little too hyper. He doesn't seem to be in any pain or anything like that, but he seems to be asleep right now, so I'll leave him be. Will I ever try a MOBA, or will I stick to RPG and RTS? I think I actually have like 200 Heroes of the Storm videos on my YouTube channel right now. So yeah, I've played plenty of MOBAs. I've also played Dota. I've also played League of Legends. But I always find myself coming back to 1v1 games, I guess. I'm not the best teammate, I guess is what I'm trying. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Have you ever been to one of the Nordic countries? I actually went to, DreamHack Winter once upon a time in Sweden, in Jönköping, I want to say. Jag älskar Ikea. Do you have any brothers or sisters? I've actually got 3 older sisters, but before you ask, because I know you're thinking it, they're married. Yeah, all 3 of them. Do you think that Frost Giant Studios will make a better RTS game than Starcraft 2? That's a very good question, actually. So, in case you're unfamiliar, Frost Giant, I mean, they're working on a new RTS game, and they basically have a bunch of the really old school RTS developers, as well as some of the new school RTS devs working at that one studio, making a new RTS game, right? Do I think they're going to make a better game than Starcraft 2? I mean, I can't really predict the future, but if anyone is going to be able to do so, I think it's them. Starcraft is such a clean game as it is, though. I mean, obviously, it's not without faults. There's definitely improvements that can be made, and obviously, balance is always going to be a problem. But I do think that, yeah, if you're looking forward to a new RTS game, you probably want to be cautiously optimistic. I think that's probably the correct way of saying it. It's going to be years into the future, though, until we will probably be able to play any of that. But, yeah, I'm going to definitely give it a try, whatever they will produce, and I hope it's going to be better. But, I mean, Starcraft is so freaking good, so I don't know. By the way, I just noticed I've been wearing headphones this entire ear reveal. I've been wearing headphones the whole video. I don't know why. I've got nothing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Now, since, of course, this video is gonna go up on the 25th of December, I hope you have an awesome holiday. I hope you have a Merry Christmas or whatever it is that you celebrate. I might miss a couple videos next week. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I actually didn't think I was gonna make a video for every single day this week, but it happened, so I will have videos planned for next week as well, but I might miss a couple days here and there because of the holidays. But I do hope you have an awesome time despite the world situation as it is, and I hope to see you once again in the next one. But for now, I want to thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to smile, and I'll see you once more in the next video.